Andoni Iraola has transformed Bournemouth into one of the most entertaining teams in the Premier League as they sit 7th in the Premier League, unbeaten in the last 12 games, stopped Newcastle on their 9-game unbeaten run, as well as beaten Nottingham Forest 5-0 as they sit 7th in the Premier League with European football a real possibility. On top of that, he's masterminded wins over Pep Guardiola, Arne Slot, Mikel Arteta, Ange Postecoglou, Unai Emery and Eddie Howe. Bournemouth have become one of the most entertaining teams in the Premier League, and it's all masterminded behind the brains of Andoni Iraola. All these wins aren't coincidence. There's one word that epitomizes everything great about Bournemouth, and that's intensity. In the Premier League this season, Bournemouth ranked first for distance covered, third for sprints, second for high turnovers, first for shots behind high turnovers, and fourth for pressing sequences. Iraola has built an identity on high press and hard running. This is the blueprint on how Bournemouth have become so successful. Bournemouth like to press in numbers, they trigger in packs, and this is one of the most riskiest but rewarding aspects of their football. Bournemouth play a high energy, high risk, high reward style of game, despite lowering their average age but upping their intensity and playing with a higher line, they're reaping the rewards. Bournemouth ranked first for counter pressures, second for pressures resulting in a turnover, joined first for distance covered per game, second for sprints per game, fourth for high turnovers, and first for shot ending high turnovers. In a recent game with Pep Guardiola in his post-match press conference said that they could not match Bournemouth's intensity. Iraola values an expressive and vibrant and fluid style of play. This idea of this vibrant Bournemouth at the moment often goes against all the expectations. Since Pep Guardiola's arrival to the Premier League, a lot of teams have transformed into a systematic positional game, but Iraola allows them to have that freedom to risk a little bit more in their movement and their dribbles. Iraola's football involves a lot of risk, but it's also extremely rewarding. If a team's able to beat their high press, have got a lot of space to move into. However, their energy, their distance covered allows them to be open in duels, and if they win that ball back early, they've got an overload to create chances. After 23 Premier League games, Bournemouth sit third in the XG table, only behind Liverpool and Chelsea. This is no coincidence because they also sit third for shot creating actions, only behind Manchester City and Liverpool. But where do most of their shot creating actions come from? After a defensive action, where they lead the Premier League table for more shots after a defensive action, but it's in possession where Bournemouth catch people out. This fluid, direct, dynamic, progressive style has them causing other Premier League teams a lot of problems. In possession, Bournemouth ranked top of the table for speed of attacks and second for percentage of passes played forward with 39%. Andoni Iraola has certainly set an exciting way of playing, but behind every good coach is smart recruitment. First up, Justin Kluivert. Justin Kluivert is now breaking out the shadows of his father, Patrick Kluivert. After bouncing from club to club and not being able to settle, he's finally found a home at Bournemouth. Kluivert came out the Ajax Academy before joining Roma, where he went on loan to RB Leipzig, Nice and Valencia. He struggled to find a place of happiness, but he certainly found that with the Cherries. After starting his Bournemouth career wide left, he's moving to central areas and he's absolutely killing it. Receiving the ball on the half turn, being a cog in transition moments, orchestrating attacks and with great movement off the ball. Justin Kluivert has shown everybody that no matter how many hiccups you have, you just need to find the right manager and the right club to fit your profile. But it's definitely not all down to one player. There's also a menu. Before moving to Bournemouth, the Ghanaian spent a lot of time in the lower leagues, again bouncing from club to club. Starting out at Bristol City, where he moved to Newport on loan, before joining Sunderland, before eventually landing at Bournemouth. Semenyo brings a lot of this Bournemouth game. He's two-footed, he's got incredible power and running speed, he's dynamic with an incredibly high working rate. He's not just good on the ball, off the ball, his relentless work rate has resulted in being second for the most turnovers in the attacking third, and also being second only behind Liverpool's Alex McAllister for block passes in the final third. Semenyo has become a fundamental aspect of Bournemouth's pressing system. And then we have Danjo Ouattara, who's shown his versatility after the injury of Evanilson. With explosiveness, speed and acceleration, Ouattara is a danger man in the final third. Predominantly playing as a wide forward before this season, he's now transitioned into a centre forward and boys, he playing his role. With good link-up play and good movement, he leads the line tremendously well for Bournemouth. But a a good attack is nothing without a good defence. Welcome Dean Huijsen. Dean Huijsen moved to Juventus from Malaga in 2021 and was hyped up to be one of the biggest centre-back prospects in world football. After a loan spell at Roma, Huijsen moved back to Juventus but was fourth choice centre-back. After signing him for just 15 million euros, this could be one of Juventus's biggest fumbles but Bournemouth's best signings. Slim build but 6'4" centre-back who provides aerial and ground dual dominance. Super comfortable on the ball with a range of different passes. He brings an overall calmness to Bournemouth's play, and his partnership with Zabani has been exceptional. Zabani is another smart recruitment by Bournemouth. After coming through the Dynamo Kiev Academy, he was signed by Bournemouth for just 22 million euros. Zabani provides a bit more grit, steel and physicality at the back, as well as being technically excellent in possession. Now my third and final pick is Miles Kerkez, who was signed by Milan in 2021 before moving to AZ Alkmaar in 2022, where he starred for the team in the Netherlands, and this is where he caught the eye of Bournemouth. Relentless energy, rock solid at the back with a brilliant offensive game. The Hungarian Kerkez is able to dominate the left-hand side no matter who he's up against. With an excellent ability to drive with the ball, excellent crossing, Kerkez really provides a threat on the left-hand side. Combined with excellent energy and tenacity, he is the perfect modern-day fullback. Being one of the youngest teams in the league, one of the most devastating teams on the counter-attack, Bournemouth have got a real possibility of finishing the European places, and boy do I hope they do it. Let's just hope in the summer they'll be able to keep a hold of their big talents, because I've got no doubt the vultures will be surrounding them, including the manager. But if they do so and continue to intelligently add to this squad, Bournemouth are going to be a real problem.